anyone.
Yes. What is your, if it's possible for someone in your situation, what's your inspiration to write? I mean, it must be very difficult for you to have any material ambitions.
Yeah, but it's never really been a material ambitions, you know. I mean, I remember we did used to sit around when we were just starting, and we'd started to get our glimpse of number ones. And we did sit around and kind of think, okay, now we'll write a swimming pool.
Yes.
You know, let's write a swimming pool now. Let's write the garage, and let's write a car to go in it, you know. But that was never really the big incentive. I don't think that's what made us write the songs. So now that part of the incentive isn't particularly there, you know, because I've got the car and the garage and that. But I don't really think it was ever what I was writing for, or else I probably wouldn't write now if I didn't feel like that. I sort of write because I can't help it, and because it's a bit of a hobby still for me. It's something that if I'm in the mood, I really like to just go and do, you know.
So is it true to say that you don't really have any concrete ambitions now? You don't think, well, I'd like to get into a totally different field of writing, maybe you'd like to write...
Yeah, I do, you know, I have a lot of ambitions. The awkward thing is, whenever I do interviews, someone says that, you know, what's left,
next?
Paul?
Yes.
You know, what's left?
Well, I think...
The other one is, Paul, just if, that's the other question. That's a little bit of an in-joke, that one. No, but, sorry, I've got off the track. What were we talking about?
Well, this, for example, getting back to the solo album, in one sense, you know, with great respect for everything you've said, it's still basically Paul McCartney working in the field of contemporary rock music, which is great, because it's among the best contemporary rock music you can get. But do you ever think you'd like to explore totally new avenues and perhaps try and write within the context of theatre or film, or have yourself with just an orchestra as opposed to anything that's basically rock and roll? I mean...
Yeah, you know, I'm sort of interested in that, like for the first time, really. Beginning to realise that I might enjoy doing that. I think if you start off in a group and you're not a solo performer, you just get used to working in a group format, and it is handy because people will tell you where you're going wrong, and you get your own built-in critics and stuff. But yeah, I have been getting quite interested in the idea of maybe doing something just different. I've always had at the back of my mind, you know, this idea to kind of do something like a musical, but generally, like, I don't like musicals.
Yes.
They give me a sore bum. I kind of sit down, you know, and kind of, I get very aware of, like, oh, let's get out of here, you know, after a couple of hours. And it's very rare that one works for me.
They usually last about a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not...
Well, you know what I mean, though. I mean,
yes.
You know, I don't think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of people going to theatre, but at the end of it, are very aware of, like, having a sore bum. And it always kind of made me think, well, there must be something that's going wrong. There must be some premise or something that just isn't quite working. And I've always wanted to be able to crack that and have myself or people come out of the show thinking, you know, I never once thought of my bum.
I'm sure there must be the odd show.
Oh, there are, yeah. There are, yeah. I mean, West Side Story was a biggie for me that got me all the way through, you know, film and stage version. But...
because you have, in fact, business-wise, ventured into the field of those kind of songs by...
yeah, the older ones.
Yep.
Yeah, mainly we have a lot of older songs. I love those. I mean, that's all, to me, that's all sort of Fred Astaire and Pearl Bailey and all those people who I love. I love a lot of that stuff. I was brought up on a lot of that, you know.
Do you think you're actually getting better or getting different or getting worse as a songwriter, and do you care? I mean, do you think, good heavens, this is about as good as Rubber Soul, or it's about as good as Band on the Run, or it's better than Speed of Sound, or do you not think that at all?
I don't know. If I suppose we're being brutally honest, I wouldn't think I was getting better, but I'd put a lot of that down to just paranoia. I think, like, always, if I go to the moment, like when I was writing what I might think were better songs, I know then I still didn't think I was much good. So I never really have thought I was much good. It's kind of what keeps me going, really.
How much control do you have over the songs that emerge? I mean, you were saying that in America, the live version of Coming Up is the single, which is a big hit there.
Yeah.
And over here, it's the studio, if one can call it that version. Yeah. was it your choice to put different versions in different territories?
No.
Or did it just emerge?
I'm not really quite sure of whose choice that was. The record company tell me it was the DJ's, man, and the reaction was for the live ones. I don't know.
Because it always baffled me that Malakintar was a comparative
them.
flop in America. It seemed to me that the wrong side was being pushed. Girls' School was the one promoted there.
Well, this is what I mean about the kind of inexactness of it all. You know, it's like, am I writing better now? Am I writing better then? What's right? What's wrong? What record to release? What single and stuff? I'm never really sure of any of that, and I never have been. We always used to kind of ask our producer, "Think it'll be a hit?" You know, and sort of. I've never really been a person who I've not met any people who've been amazingly positive and said that's definitely going to be a hit. It happens once or twice, but you really know it's going to be a hit.
Do you think?
But I find the whole thing pretty inexact. So what I just do most of the time is just carry on and just always be trying to do something better. Sometimes it's a flop, or sometimes like it'll be a major hit in like Britain, Germany, Australia, and certain Canada and certain places. And it just won't do anything in another territory. I don't know anyone who knows all those answers. You know, I've not met one person who knows exactly what to release, where and when. So I just look at it this way.